Hi there. It's April 21st and time for Proverbs 21. Let's jump over there. More Proverbs. We're deep into the Proverbs now. Okay, let's begin. In the Lord's hand, the king's heart is a stream of water that he channels toward all who please him. King's heart. There's a note over here. Though kings seem to have all things at commandment, yet are they not able to bring their own purposes to pass any otherwise than God hath appointed, much less are the inferiors able. Statement, huh? For kings. 2, a person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs the heart. Right? Motives. Right? Think your own ways are right? You should consult the Lord before you do anything. Right? 3, to do what is right and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Right? To do what is right and just is more acceptable than your sacrifices, than your tithes. Right? Haughty eyes and a proud heart, the unplowed field of the wicked produce sin. Right? Haughty eyes and a proud heart, pride, arrogance, looking down on people. God hates it, so it's sin. 5, the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Right? Diligence versus haste. Right? Whoever is hasty cometh surely to poverty. He that goeth rashly about his business and without counsel. Got that? 6, a fortune made by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor and a deadly snare. It's vanity tossed to and fro for them that seek death. Right. That stuff never lasts, huh? The violence of the wicked will drag them away, for they refuse to do what is right. Right. People get caught in their own violence. 8, the way of the guilty is devious, but the conduct of the innocent is upright. Right. The way of the guilty is devious, right? One lie on top of another. 9, better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Solomon had these problems with 700 wives, right? The wicked crave evil. Their neighbors get no mercy from them. Right. Have you had an evil neighbor? You just stay away from them, right? 11, when a mocker is punished, the simple gain wisdom. By paying attention to the wise, they get knowledge. Right. Like this part right here. By pay attention to the wise, you get knowledge. Right. 12, the righteous one takes note of the house of the wicked and brings the wicked to ruin. A righteous person. The righteous teacheth the house of the wicked, but God overthroweth the wicked for their evil. That's interesting, huh? Whoever shuts their ears to the cry of the poor will also cry out and not be answered. Right? They are there to test our kindness. Okay? Deep statement. When your time comes, if you weren't there to help the poor, you will get no help yourself. Interesting, huh? A gift given in secret soothes anger, and a bribe concealed in the cloak pacifies great wrath. We're going to highlight that. just because it's not right, okay? There's probably more down here. When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous, but terror to the evildoers, right? There's a lot of people screaming right now that are getting caught because of their evil doings, right? And they are in terror. Okay? 16, whoever strays from the path of prudence comes to rest in the company of the dead. Says here, a man that wandereth out of the way of wisdom shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Right? Prudence, wisdom, doing the right thing. That's what prudence is, right? Whoever loves pleasure will become poor. Whoever loves wine and oil will never be rich. Okay? There's some people that are given a lot of money, and in a very short time, they are poor and broke again because they love pleasure. Okay? Fast cars and big houses when they can't really afford it. Okay? 18, the wicked become a ransom for the righteous, and the unfaithful for the upright. This was a very elusive verse for a long time. Okay? You get this note over here. God shall cause that to fall on their own heads, which they intended against the just, by delivering the just and putting the wicked in their places. Right? Okay? The wicked will fall. Okay, it says that. 19, better than it does it then with a quarrelsome and nagging wife. There he goes again on 20, the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. Right? Do you store up stuff? Do you save for a rainy day? 21, whoever pursues righteousness and love finds prosperity and life, prosperity and honor. Right? Pursue righteousness and love. Right? Righteousness. He that followeth after righteousness and mercy shall find life, righteousness, and glory. Glory and honor are the same thing. Okay. 22. One who is wise can go up against the city of the mighty and pull down the stronghold in which they trust. Right. Brains over bronze. You've heard that, right? A wise person can do a lot of damage. 23, those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. Get that? Keep your mouth shut most of the time, okay? Guard your mouth, guard your tongue. Keepeth his soul from afflictions. Yeah? It's important. Proud and arrogant person, mocker is his name, behaves with insolent fury. Proud mocker. We're talking about mocker. Proud, arrogant, conceited, haughty, looks down on people. Right? God detests those attributes. 25, the craving of a sluggard will be the death of him, because his hands refuse to work. All day long he craves for more, but the righteous give without sparing. Craving of a sluggard will be the death of him, because his hands refuse to work. All day long he craves for more, but the righteous give without sparing. The righteous give without sparing. Like that. Sacrifice of the wicked is detestable, how much more so when brought with evil intent. Right. Wicked people that give just to try and satiate themselves. Right? It's detestable. 28, a false witness will perish, but a careful listener will testify successfully. Careful listener. Let's hear, he that speaketh continually, he may boldly testify the truth that he hath heard. Right. Truth. 29, the wicked put up a bold front, but the upright give thought to their ways. Right. It's all fake, right? They're trying to bully people. It's going on right now. Okay. Some people have been stealing for a very long time, and they're being caught, and they're trying to bully people, putting up a bold front, right? He's coming after you. He's not coming after you. He's coming after them. 30, there is no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. Got that? No wisdom, no insight, no plan can succeed against the Lord. Nothing will succeed against the Lord. Okay? 31, the horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord. Right? Victory rests with the Lord. There you go. That's Proverbs 21. We'll go over highlights here. A person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs the heart or the motives, right? The Lord will know why you're trying to do something, okay? If you're going out to help the poor and you take your phone with you and you film yourself giving to the poor and put it on YouTube to get clicks and likes and right and money for that, that's your motive. The Lord sees that. It was not. That's all the blessing you will ever get. Okay? Okay. So we highlight here part of 11. By paying attention to the wise, they get knowledge. The simple gain wisdom. When a mocker is punished, the simple gain wisdom. Mm-hmm. Pay attention to the wise. Watch what the smart people are doing. You will get knowledge. 13 is highlighted. Whoever shuts their ears to the cry of the poor will also cry out and not be answered. Right? If you can help, you should help. Okay. 14, a gift given in secret soothes anger, and a bribe concealed in the cloak pacifies great wrath. Okay, this is not a good thing. Okay. To do it pleasure to the angry man pacifieth him. Yeah. How do you feel about that? The word bribe itself is paying somebody to do something that they normally would not do, right? Usually to make a choice or to cast a vote that is against what the people he represents want him to do. So he takes a bribe. Bribes should be illegal, and they are in many cases. A 17 is highlighted, whoever loves pleasure will become poor. Whoever loves wine and oil will never be rich. Yeah. Wine and oil were signs of wealth back then. You know, the more you had, the wealthier you were considered. Now it's junk, okay? Houses, cars, clothes, phones. Right? If you love all that stuff, you will become poor. Just trying to maintain it, okay? There's sites all over the internet where people go in and take videos of abandoned mansions, and I always thought that was interesting to see how people live. But many of these mansions that are abandoned and in decay belong to rich people, right? They loved pleasure, and they lost it. Okay? A great sign of that. 18, the wicked become a ransom for the righteous, and the unfaithful for the upright. That was a confusing verse for a long time for me, right? But it says, God shall cause that to fall on their own heads, which they intended against the just, by delivering the just and putting the wicked in their places, right? The wicked who intended harm to the righteous will become a ransom for the righteous, right? 21, whoever pursues righteousness and love finds life, prosperity, and honor. It'll say righteousness. Right. Pursue righteousness and love, and you will find life, prosperity, and honor. Okay? We should only pursue righteousness and love. You do that by following the Lord first and foremost. Okay? Good advice here in 23. Those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. Right? You want to stay out of trouble? Keep your mouth shut. Right? Even on the internet, this guy's wrong. I'm going to set him straight. And just keep scrolling. Okay? Just keep scrolling. You're just going to make them mad. Right? Keep yourself from calamity. 24. The proud and arrogant person, mocker is his name, behaves with insolent fury. Okay? I highlighted this because he uses the word mocker all over here about what mockers and how terrible things mockers do. Right? Proud and arrogance. Pride, arrogance, conceit, haughtiness, mocker. Okay? And so the righteous give without sparing. Right? The craving of a sluggard will be the death of him because his hands refuse to work. All day long he craves for more. But the righteous give without sparing. Okay? You know, it's well known if you read the Gospels or the Proverbs, the books, that the more you give, the more you will get back. Okay? Always. Always. God guarantees it. Right? If you don't have enough, try giving. Okay? And you'll be surprised what happens. Right? God actually said in Malachi, I dare you, test me in this. The only place he says, test me in this. Give to the poor, bring your whole tithe, and see that I don't make your barns overflow. Okay? And we highlighted 30, there is no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. Okay? First off, the Lord knows everything. He knows the hearts, he created the eyes and the ears of the good and the bad. Right? Nothing can prevail against the Lord. Nothing. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 21. And later, I think we're in Luke 16, maybe? Yep. The whole chapter today in Luke 16. So, stay tuned for that this afternoon. Give us a like if you think about it. And we're just going to keep doing this, right? This is the 20th time. We have 4 more times to go through for this actual kit that I made, right, years ago. I vowed I would do it 24 times, and I will do it 24 times. So, and maybe more. Maybe we'll just keep doing it. But, yeah, give us a like if you think about it. And later on, we'll see ya.